Hello, and welcome to the Yes, You Are Brave podcast. So excited you are here. I'm Pawnee. Let's jump in. Let's talk brave, shall we? And today we are talking about something that I feel like is very, very pertinent to the time of year, and that is we're going to talk about finding joy in the small things. So being brave is not always something big and something huge, right? I know sometimes we think about it that way. We think about, oh, I got to do this big thing to be brave. I got to do this. It's not big enough. We often don't realize how much of our brave and how much of the skill of learning to be brave is actually found in those small things. And I think that this is perfect also because we're headed into the holidays. We're just a couple weeks away from Thanksgiving and a month or so away from Christmas. And so let's talk about finding joy in the small things. You ready? Let's go. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about when we talk about finding joy in the small things, I want to give you a minute to take some time and really think about that, to answer some questions. So first of all, I want you to know what brings you joy. Seriously, what brings you joy? Especially this particular time of year. I know it can be stressful, it can be crazy. There's always a million parties and a million things and all this stuff to be doing. But what brings you joy, especially this time of year? And what silly thing makes you happy for no reason? Now, you don't have to tell me. I would love to hear about it. I would love to hear about it in socials and all of those things. I'd love to have a discussion with you about it. But you don't have to tell me, but be honest with yourself. What brings you joy this time of year? Okay, is it the crunchy leaves? For me, I love a good crunchy leaf. Okay, I love stepping through on a crunchy leaf. I love walking through leaves that are crunchy. I grew up in a little tiny town and we walked everywhere and there was these big, huge, massive trees. And in the fall, there was just so many leaves. I love a good crunchy leaf. I also love lights in the dark. Again, I grew up in the middle of nowhere. Light was a bigger deal. I think sometimes there was not the light pollution. You could see the stars. But I love like Christmas lights and I love seeing light in the dark. So what silly thing makes you happy for no reason? Because here's the thing. The world's a little bit crazy and a bit heavy right now. If there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that the world is crazy. The world's going crazy and it's gotten quite heavy. So happiness is not always going to come from the outside. Joy is not always going to come from the outside. You turn on the news and it's 20 seconds and it's not the greatest news and it's not the happiest news. So we're going to have to find it ourselves. We're going to have to go looking. And we can't rely on it coming from the outside, from outside of ourselves. That's good news because that means we don't have to rely on it coming from outside and we can find it ourselves. So right now, the next thing I want to do is I want you, not that you need this, not that you need permission, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. And I would ask you to give yourself permission to enjoy the things that make you happy. And I know that sounds silly because you think, well, why wouldn't I enjoy things that make me happy? And I've been in that place where there were things that made me happy that I never really acknowledged. I didn't acknowledge them. I didn't really fully enjoy them because I thought it would make me look stupid. I thought I would look like an idiot, and I didn't want to look like an idiot because I didn't like how I felt when I looked like an idiot, and it wasn't something that I wanted to be and to feel like. Nobody likes to feel like an idiot. But I have to tell you that the minute I gave myself permission to enjoy things that were silly, that were ridiculous, that were for no reason made me happy, my life became exponentially better. So much better. So do what makes you happy. And again, it could be big things. It could be really big things. One of the things that really, the first time that this really hit home was actually on a trip in Europe. We were in Tallinn, Estonia. And Tallinn, if you don't know anything about it, it's referred to as the medieval city because there is this section of the city that is still in walls. Still got the city walls up. They were all the buildings in there are like 600, 700, 800 years old. And it is this beautiful old city, at least that part of it. So we were only there for about 36 hours maybe. We got there. We stayed right next to the old town. We did this tour, all of this stuff. It was really fun. And I decided at the end of the night, I went back to the hostel, which was right next door. And I, just was kind of winding down. And my room, the girl that was staying with me, it was a big group and just randomly assigned roommates. And she came in and she was so excited. She was showing me this clip of her walking on the wall of Talon. And she was doing this, it was a clip she had sent her sister, and it was something about some Robin Hood theme. I didn't know the show, and it was I was like, wait, you can climb the wall. I was so excited. Guess what? I was a history teacher. Things like that, things like walls made me super happy. So the next morning at breakfast, ate breakfast really fast, found somebody that wanted to go climb the wall with me. And of course, we got there, it was a little early. We had to go do a little shopping, come back. And then we got to climb the wall, and I let her take pictures of me, and we walked along the wall, and I let myself be excited and happy and joyful over this really quite silly thing. Got to climb a medieval wall around a city. But it was so much more enjoyable at that point in the trip when I stopped trying to look or be cool and just let things be happy. Let myself be happy over things. And so give yourself permission to do the little things that make you happy. And it doesn't have to be on the other side of the world. Okay? So walk down the Christmas aisle if it makes you happy. I'm going to be honest. Walking down Christmas aisles make me happy. Walking down pretty much any holiday aisle makes me really happy. The other day, my husband and I went to Walmart for 4 things, and we walked around the entire Christmas section. Now, did we buy anything? Well, we did buy 2 things. We bought a couple little lights, and then we bought a nativity that's a wall, you actually stick it straight on the wall. We didn't buy anything, but it just made me happy and made me okay, I want to go home and put up my stuff now because, I wanted to buy it all. But of course, it's no, I have plenty. I need to go put up my stuff, and then we'll see what we might actually need. Don't think I need anything. But then we'll go and, if I need something later. But what makes you happy? What big thing? Letting the history buff out in other countries? Or is it just walking down the holiday aisle? The Christmas aisle, looking at all the stuffed animals? What is it that makes you happy? That brings you joy in this particular time of the year? Is it you do have a special mug that you love and that just makes you happy for no reason to use this mug? I have a gnome mug, has a hat and everything. Super cute. Is it a seasonal coffee? Right? Do you have my mother has a Christmas cactus that my dad gave her, and she doesn't like indoor plants, but she was just so excited yesterday telling me about this Christmas cactus and how it's blooming and all of these things. So is it a Christmas cactus? Is it scented pine cones? I love the scented pine cones so much. Is it plushy blankets? Is it the really fuzzy, just melt into the couch plushy blankets? Is it bobbleheads? Do you like a Santa bobblehead or a turkey bobblehead? Or do you like gnomes? I gotta admit, I love gnomes, like the Swedish gnomes, the ones where you can you don't see their eyes, you just see their nose and their beards. I love them. I have so many of them. They make me happy. So the thing about it is the best way to be happy during the holidays, because we're coming up on the holidays, let's not pretend that they're not coming up and coming up fast and that they're not tricky, the best way, though, to be happy during the holidays and find the joy is to slow down enough to actually enjoy them and do the little things that matter. Holidays have become this highly commercialized, it's supposed to be perfect, it's all the things, when really, there's no perfect holiday. There's not. So my advice to you would be to pull out your favorite sweater, your pillowcases, your blankets, your window decorations, your turkey cookie jar. Put the olives on your fingers and eat them off your fingers. I would love to do that, except I can't stomach olives. But have your pumpkin spice latte. You know what I mean? Paint your nails red or green or black or pink or whatever color it is. Or put up those Nightmare Before Christmas decorations in your yard with Jack Pumpkin and the little skeleton dog. Do you. and realize that all of the things that you do that make you happy, they're enough. It's okay to be happy. And it doesn't matter if it makes sense to other people. It doesn't matter if other people approve. Just do the things that make you happy. If it's a pink Christmas tree, put up a pink Christmas tree. Not judging. Now, I don't want a pink Christmas tree, but if you want a pink Christmas tree, I love that for you, and I think you should have it. Here's the secret, my dears. Happiness isn't out of reach. It's just small and simple. The perfect cookie, the perfect gnome mug, the perfect fuzzy socks, the K-pop, the ceramic unicorns, the hot cocoa, the popcorn, whatever it is that helps you have a small, perfect moment in the middle of the holiday chaos. That's where joy and that's where happiness really live. The other thing is happiness is not in a rush. Happiness is when we slow down and we're present in the moment and we just live in that moment. And I realize that this is sometimes easier said than done. Sorry. I realize that this is a lot of times easier said than done because we get caught up in the hustle and bustle of it all. We get caught up in I got to get all this done and I got to check this off. And for it to be the perfect holiday, it has to look like this. But it doesn't. For it to be the perfect holiday, you just need to be present. Because there is no perfect holiday in the sense that everything goes exactly right. It's simply just being present and enjoying what is. So this year, be brave enough to slow down and enjoy the little things, to find joy in the little simple things that make you happy. Take a minute, savor the taste of your breakfast. Okay? Pause, watch the sunset, see what those beautiful colors, let yourself feel them. And yes, you can feel a sunset, you really can. Take a few deep breaths. Go wander down the candle aisle and find one that brings you joy for no reason. Brings back a memory. There's a lot of things to do this holiday season. There's a lot of things on your list, and I know that you've got a lot of things to check off, but I would please take some time to think about what little things make you happy and how you can do more of them. How you can be more present in your life. This week was that crazy solar storm and where the Northern Lights, everybody got to see the Northern Lights. Not everybody, but I think I saw a thing today and it said that most of the lower 48 states in the United States got to see the Northern Lights. We got to see them here in southern Utah. Not a place that I ever thought I would see the Northern Lights. But guess what? This is the second time I've seen them in southern Utah. Down in New Mexico, my people that I know in New Mexico saw them. There was, and it was a moment. You had to be there. You had to take the time out. And it was so exciting because the Northern Lights are huge, right? The Northern Lights, for me, are something that's on my bucket list. And now, guess what? I've seen them twice. One time in my backyard and one time in my in-laws' backyard. But it was a moment that you could just have. If you were willing to stop and be present, if you were willing to stop and go outside and stand in the dark, let your eyes adjust and look up at the sky, there was this amazing thing happening. It was big, but it was also very little. We didn't have to go to Norway or Alaska this time to see the Northern Lights. We had to just go outside. So what are the things that you can do this season where all you got to do is just go outside? It's as simple as stopping, taking a few deep breaths, and letting it be amazing and letting it be happy and living in that moment. You're worth this, my dear. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to find joy. And you are brave enough to find the joy in the big and the little things. And the smaller the things you can find joy in, the more joy you can find. I guarantee it. Take some time this week. Think about the things that make you happy, and then do more of those little things. Allow more of those little things into your life that make you happy. Don't be afraid to find joy and to be joyful in those small, simple things. They're amazing and they're wonderful, and you don't have any reason to hide that those small little things make you happy. Okay? Be present. And that's where you're going to find the joy and the happiness in those little tiny moments. Just being present. In the grocery store, at breakfast, with your kids. In the moment. That's where we find the joy. I love you. You're amazing. You're wonderful. You're awesome. And yes, my dear, you are brave enough to find joy in the little tiny things. Have a great day.